hope this is actually recording. Yes, it is. Okay. Hey everyone, I'm just going to come by and say hello because I haven't been here for a few weeks and I'm very, very sorry about that, but I have been like lost for ideas and I went on a vacation. So I'm going to just come by actually and talk a little bit about not giving up on yourself. Do not think for a second that anything that I say is like set in stone, you know, like this is me just coming to you with ideas and thoughts that I've found along my drug addiction, drug recovery ways. And I've been thinking lately a little bit about like what's been going on in my life. I went on my honeymoon actually, and I met my husband through recovery. Now, here's a story for you. I went through I lost my shit about 2015. And I ended up, I'll have to tell you that story some other day. But this was the story of me hitting rock bottom. And I lost my shit. I am not an insane person. I have battled with depression, but that's it. I'm not like schizophrenic or anything, but like I've totally lost my shit. Drugs, I went into like a drug like frenzy or whatever, and I'll tell you the story another day, but I ended up going to my first rehab. Well, first, of course, I went to detox, and then I went to rehab. So if you want me to do a video on what's the difference between detox and rehab, I will be happy to do that. And also, like, what's the difference between inpatient and I think it's intense inpatient programs, IPP, and then there's intense outpatient programs, IOP. I believe that's what they're called, and I can do on that also if you'd like. But anyways, so I went to rehab, and I was in rehab, and I went there for 30 days. And in that 30 days, I gained 30 pounds. And not only that, but like this rehab, by the way, was like some shady ass rehab out in the middle of nowhere. So it's like basically like, okay, yeah, you can leave if you want, but there's nowhere to go. And my parents weren't going to come get me. No one, my loved ones weren't going to get me. There's no way you can actually like pick up a phone and call somebody. And all you really have to do is, there wasn't like programs and things like that at this rehab. It was really like some guy decided to open up a rehab place for all girls, and there was about 30 of us, maybe 20 of us, and it was a 30, 60, or 90-day program, and we're all there together, and we had this schedule where we'd sit at a table from like 9 in the morning to like 2 in the afternoon, reading the big book, which is, you know, Alcoholics Anonymous, and doing workbooks, and then like, you know, cleaning and eating. Like, oh my gosh. So when you are on Adderall or any other drug, you guys, the one thing that we do not learn how to do is properly eat, you know, like eat how our body needs to eat. Nourishing food, you know, like we eat when we're like very hungry, when we have to. It could go days without eating, or, you know, you could eat like McDonald's all the time. It doesn't really matter because you're not eating consistently, you're not taking in many calories, and you're thin because basically you're not hungry, and your drug, especially stimulants, totally give you like zero appetite. And a lot of women, I'm not sure about men, I don't want to be like stereotypical here, but a lot of women I have found start Adderall to lose weight. And so when they go off Adderall and they gain all that weight back plus some, and then those bad eating habits come right back. Like, you never learned how to properly eat for your body. And all of a sudden, you're just kind of like, I need something for energy. I need something because I'm bored. I have this funny metal taste in my mouth. Let me suck on candy all day. Or who cares what I eat? It doesn't matter. I'm so thin. And then all of a sudden, it's like, bam, you gain that weight fast. And then, like, so that right there made me so depressed again. So I didn't know if I had, like, mental issues because I just had, like, this break in, like, reality. So I was on different kinds of medicines that also could add to weight. I was a hot mess. And after that, I really never even thought about men. Like, I didn't think about dating at all. Like, I was just so, listen, I was not even wanting to take a shower. I was so hard on myself and so tired. Like, I couldn't physically do the things that I wanted to do. So I left rehab and I immediately went to another one. I begged my family, please don't let me stay here. Look at me. I've already gained all this much weight. There's nothing to do here. So they sent me to another rehab for 3 weeks. And it was another BS program where I just was in a building, basically, slept there, and I had no access to drugs, and none of my family, I mean, basically, like, I'm a grown woman. What were they going to do with me? What is my family going to do with me? They know that I didn't have the ability to, I didn't have the capabilities or the ability to be a functioning adult in society without taking drugs, because that's all I knew, and I was going through a hard time, so I couldn't, like, sit in their house all day. So again, went to another rehab. I stayed there for 3 weeks, starting to feel a little better, taking me off certain things that I didn't need to be on, certain medications, putting me on, like, trying another one for the depression, because the depression was really bad. Not only was I just not feeling well, all of my, my dopamine levels were like zero. My body was like, how do I make this? I don't know what this is, because your Adderall has been totally depleting it. My adrenals were shot, everything. I was so tired, and I had zero interest in sexuality, okay? I was just like, whatever. So after the 3 weeks, I finally had my family agree that I can go live with my aunt, because although I did have a condo, my own house, it was kind of like just sitting there. My mortgage company decided to, like, give me, like, some kind of, like, leave for sick when you're sick. You go into, like, this period where you don't have to, I really don't even know. My family set the whole thing up for me. Kind of like hit pause on my mortgage, but I just stopped paying all my other bills. I just kind of went in hiatus, which is another thing that makes you feel really, really bad about yourself, because I was at one point, like, really high up in corporate world. I was making I was making really good money, and I was doing really well. And so again, I hit rock bottom. So I went and I lived with my aunt, and there I relapsed. I relapsed back onto Adderall, and I thought, again, nobody would know, nobody would realize. Well, here I go from, like, being completely depressed to being like, oh my God, let me go work out. Oh my God, up all night listening to music in my room. Anyways, finally I got kicked out of my aunt's house, and I was fine to leave. I was going to go back home. On my way back to where my condo is, I got home and I realized that I couldn't do this. I still had Adderall. I still had all the things that I needed to go for maybe a few more days, but, like, I was just, like, so tired. I was done. And I called my sister and my family, and I was like, okay. Then I went to another detox at the hospital that night, and then they put me into a wonderful program where I stayed for 3 weeks, and I met my husband now. Now, at the that time, we were just friends. I didn't realize that, we were going to be dating. It's not like we hooked up in rehab. That was going on, by the way. But, like, I was really taking it serious. Like, I really kind of knew now, all right, I have this issue. I have this problem. Moral of the story going, do not give up on yourself. Things take time. Today, I got back from my cruise, and on my cruise, I was in my bathing suit. I was feeling really good. I'm in shape again. Not maybe where I want to be, but I kind of think I might have a body dysmorphia problem going on in my head because of the drastic changes that I've had in my life, in my body. Anyways, so I couldn't believe when I was standing on this cruise. I was at this cruise with my new husband. He's totally sober. I'm totally sober. It's been 4 or 5 years. I'm back to where I feel physically able to wear a bathing suit. And I now know how to eat food to where my body is capable of using that food properly. Like, I don't eat sugar. I have a very strict diet because that's what I know my body works with best. So now I'm back at work and everything, is good. Come on, I wish I was a millionaire, don't you? Everyone does. I wish that I didn't have the problems that working class people have, but at least I'm not addicted to drugs anymore, right? So I'm not addicted to drugs anymore, but I have never given up on myself. I never gave up on myself. You know what did give up on me? Was those damn drugs. When I was in addiction, I did not like myself. I did not love myself. I did not think I was capable of doing the things that I can do without drugs. I did not think I was capable of being loved. I did not think I would ever have a boyfriend. I did not think I would ever, let alone have a husband. I really did not think. I don't have children. I've never, ever thought that I was capable of being a mother because I always relied on these drugs to tell me what I can and cannot do. And when you are a drug addict, you cannot have children. You can't get pregnant and continue to take drugs unless you want to have some more problems. You have this innocent child have problems. So I never, ever decided that I wanted to have children, and that's just not in my stars. However, again, when I got sober, you realize that the only thing you have is yourself, and you do not want to give up on yourself. Your body and your mind is an amazing thing. The places that I have been and that I put myself through, that I deprived myself of food, I deprived myself of love, and all I gave myself was these chemicals. And now I am where I am, So do not give up. Hang in there. Life is worth it. And you are worth it. I hope you all are doing well. I'm sorry that I wasn't here last week, but I just wanted to come in today and leave you with that little bit of thought. I would really love it if you subscribed. By the way, my name is Lauren Michelle, and I come here weekly to talk about drug addiction and recovery. And I'm not a doctor and I'm not a therapist. I am just a person I'm just a drug addict that has been clean and sober for 4 going on 5 years. And I just wanted to let you know that there are other people out there that are going through the things that you've gone through or going through. Anyways, please subscribe, leave any comments. If you like this, let me know. Talk to y'all later. Bye.